Please stop the cuts to legal aid.
Is completely wrong to cut the funding of the legal clinic in Ontario because always there is a problem with the Workers' Compensation Board.
We are still trying desperately to explain to the government the consequences of these cuts to legal aid funding. And we are really hopeful that the new Attorney General will be listening and he will give some second consideration to the cuts. We've all been faced with major funding cuts. My clinic, for example, has had to lay off 3 staff members just in order to keep the lights on and the doors open to the end of the year. But
could not be here if it was not for the help I got from the clinic.
This community saved my life. Degrading experience at the WSIB.
All this is in my file. And if we can't find legal aid to fight with us, we can't find nobody. You know, and the WSIB, what they want to just demon you due to Ontario program. That's what we find.
Workers' compensation law is the most complicated area of law in Ontario. In order to provide representation and advice to injured workers, you need to be familiar with a number of different pieces of legislation. And then each piece of legislation has its own set of policies, and that discourages injured workers, obviously, from representing themselves, but it also discourages representatives from taking on these cases.
Cutting the fund for the legal clinic is a very sad day for the injured workers.
There are about 54 general service community legal clinics across Ontario that most of them do not provide any advice or representation in workers' compensation matters because of the complexity of it and because they'll give up on their workers' compensation claim. They'll end up on, for example, the Ontario Disability Supports Program, where they will be supported by the taxpayers rather than the workers' compensation system. Similarly, all their medical care and treatment then is going to end up being covered by OHIP and by the publicly funded medical system instead of being paid for by the employers of Ontario who pay for the workers' compensation coverage.
All of us are either on welfare and disability. Should help us and the clinic to get the money from WSIB.